Alright, here we go. So we are playing Azumina, Mitsurugi, Snake Eyes, Fiendsmith, and I pretty much bricked for the most part. So we are going to play Snake Eyes. Now when I say bricked, I mean like I have access to Fiendsmith or Snake Eye. Not really anything else. So I don't have enough cards here to do a combo with everything. So I'm just gonna do literally Mitsurugi, Snake Eye, Fiendsmith. So yeah, that's what we're going for. Or we're just gonna do the Snake Eyes portion of the combos. So I'm gonna go IP Masquerena, summon out the Poplar. We're gonna go into Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess is gonna be able to bring back just Flamberge by itself. And then we're gonna link off Princess plus Ash to go into none other than Amblo Whale. And we're gonna set the IP Masquerena in the back row. And that's pretty much it. We're ending our turn right there. And then I'm gonna activate Lancia right here just in case it's a Malice. And when I see Upstart Goblin, I know it's Sky Striker. Oh man, I know it's Sky Striker. So I know I'm in for a rough one. So, of course, I'm going to activate Flamberge right here to summon out IP Masquerena. Then we're going to activate IP because most of them expect for us to go into SP Little Knight and then they try to dodge the targeting by activating, but he didn't expect the Underworld Goddess, I guarantee it. Then we're going to go Snake Eye Ash and then Poplar. And then Link Karibo to pull the Poplar off the field. Now some Sky Striker players are done when I do what I just did, but not this guy, he's crafty. He's got triple tactics talent to draw 2 cards. Then he's gonna go engage. He grabs a Widow Anchor. And I hate Widow Anchor with a passion. That card should be at like 1 or 2. He's gonna go multi-roll. And then Widow Anchor, of course, to take my Underworld Goddess. He's gonna target, start doing some Sky Striker activations. And he's just making Sky Striker plays. He's doing what he needs to do to try to get back into this game, or to not necessarily get back into the game, but to try to beat me basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop with Promethean Princess. Unfortunately, Ray does activate now, and I do know that. So I knew that when I went Promethean Princess. One of the problems that I did was Lancia. Because if Promethean Princess gets destroyed, the Amblo Whale could banish itself, but since I Lancia, I can't banish. It's one of the downsides to using Lancia, so probably should have held off on that. But I can say this, Lancia earlier, or using Lancia early, prevented him from being able to banish anything on my turn. And he does have some cards that does a lot of banishing. That card that you just saw, it banishes something. So he's gonna attack right here, and then that just puts this to 0, which will basically keep me alive. And he can't Ray either right here, so he's already used the effect of Ray. So he's gonna link that off to another Sky Striker, and he's gonna link my monster off, putting it into the graveyard, which is fine by me. Now, he sets some back rows. He sets 2 back rows. I don't know what they are. And then he's going to set 1 card that I do know, which is Widow Anchor, which is annoying as fuck. And I don't fully understand Sky Striker, so I don't know why he never activates this Widow Anchor. But I do know this. He must have had a really low timer, because he never actually activates Widow Anchor. So I give him Santa Claus. He allowed that Fiendsmith track to go through to search it, which I find it so funny. And then I give it back to myself, or put it back on my side of the field by just targeting it. That's a good way to play around Ray so he doesn't get a lot of things happen, is just to tribute it off. There's Santa Claus. Then we're gonna. I went ahead and attacked, and then started making these plays simply because I didn't want him to widow anchor me. So I tried to bait the widow anchor out with Duel Star, but he never did it. So I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. So then I go ahead and do Fiendsmith plays. Now, I honestly wanted to go. I didn't want to go into Desiree. I really wanted to do a different type of play. But then he had Super Poly. I was not anticipating a Super Poly. I was just trying to bait out the Widow Anchor. And so he gets Garura. So I figured, well, since he's got Garura and he's Super Poly me, he basically just opened my field up in two ways. He allowed me to basically add a card or draw a card, which I draw into Maxi. He allows me to summon Flamberge off of my field spell. And he allows Desiree to actually activate to send his back row card that he had been holding off on for a minute. So I go ahead and go into Moon of the Closed Heavens just to link the Flamberge off to get two bodies onto the field. And that's just what I needed to be able to go into Underworld Goddess. So now we're gonna get Poplar, set that Flamberge back into the back row again. And the goal here, my thinking is Flamberge summons when he summons something, and then that summons IP Masquerena. I can use a Fiendsmith, the Lacrima and Requiem to send a trap, and also shuffle back into my deck the Underworld Goddess and use it again. That was kind of my ideology here, at some point, to actually use Goddess on him again if he got rid of it. Because my thinking process is he's going to Widow Anchor the Underworld Goddess, because that's the only thing that has an actual effect. And then, of course, once he does that, I just send it back with the Fiendsmith engine. But, of course, this guy he's basically forcing everything, like, early. So, nothing I can do about that. And Underworld Goddess, of course, is unaffected by anything that doesn't target it. Plus, on top of that, I believe it was made with IP Masquerena anyways, so. And then there we go. Pretty good back and forward right there. Pretty good back and forward, but I win due to time limit. He just ran out of time. He probably still was going to win the game, but I don't know. I don't know what all he had. And here's the thing. If he ended his turn, I almost can guarantee you I won that game. Simply because I started drawing into stuff that was going to give him problems. I drew into a Deception. I also had Kurikari in my hand. I reset the Snake Eye Diabell Star, which is going to give me further plays. I was going to be able to use Fiendsmith to shuffle the boss back into the deck. Like, I was about to have plays that was going to... We're both playing two really clutch decks that kind of have a lot of recursion and like effects that can just continuously loop and chain. And that's why I play this deck exactly like how I play it, is because this deck has so much recursion. He has to get rid of everything on my field. He cannot leave a Snake Eyes monster on the field. He has to completely get rid of every single Snake Eyes monster on my field to stop Snake Eyes. That's the first thing. In terms of Fiendsmith, he 100% has to get rid of Fiendsmith stuff in my graveyard. He has to banish it some kind of way. He has cards that banishes from the graveyard, so he would have had to banish both my Fiendsmith engravers and the Lacrima to shut that down. And then in terms of what he was about to be dealing with, which was the Deception, he would have had a Omni Negate that would have come every single turn as well. So that Maxi kind of put me in a good position there, because I started drawing into more cards. And if I would have drawn into, let's say, my Mitsurugi engine, then it really would have given him problems. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.